They are the newest class of unemployed in our country. Many are college-educated folks in their 50s and 60s who were laid off and are too young to retire, but maybe too old to find jobs that paid as much as they used to earn. Their plight has even shown up in movies like Up in the Air.
This is what I get in return for 30 years of service for my company.
I don't know where this is coming from. How am I supposed to go back as a man and explain this to my wife that I lost my job?
On a stress level, I've heard that losing a job is like a death in the family. But personally, I feel more like the people I worked with were my family and I died.
I can't afford to be unemployed. I have a house payment. I have children.
Scenes like these are happening all over the country. Good workers losing their jobs. Of the 15 million people who are unemployed, more than 2.2 million of them are 55 years old or older. That's a record number, more than double what it was at the beginning of the recession. The jobless rate is reflected in census figures, which show that over the last 3 years, the poverty rate for those between 55 and 64 in our area is the highest in Mobile County, 12%. It's 9% in Escambia County, Florida, and 6.85% in Baldwin County. Jerry Dees worked for Armstrong World Industries before it closed its plant in Mobile. He was in his mid-50s when he was left without a job.
It was a transition period. When you've been somewhere 24 years going to the same place, and then all of a sudden it's not there no more.
Dees, who was a paint mixer for Armstrong, is one of the lucky ones. He went into a training program and wound up with a full-time job within 6 months. But there were adjustments to be made. Thinking about the kind of living you used to make at Armstrong and the kind of living you're making now, how would you compare the two?
I took about a $3 an hour cut in pay. Benefits-wise, there was as far as vacation and stuff, there was a big difference there. But I still count myself fortunate because I have a job that pays very, very well.
On average, the older unemployed stay out of work longer than younger workers. I talked with Sidney Rain with Mobile Works.
It could be 6 months to a year or 2 years. I've heard those kind of horror stories.
Mobile Works is a resource center that tries to match those who want to work with companies that want to hire them. Rain wants businesses to know its on-the-job training program will pay for up to half the cost to train a new employee. Can they maintain the same kind of lifestyle they used to have with new work?
Yes, I think they can maintain the lifestyle. In fact, probably even a better lifestyle, depending on the type of training they go into.
That's the key for older workers whose skill set may need some updating. That's where on-the-job training comes in.
The opportunities are there within our community. It's a matter of taking advantage of those opportunities. And it's a commitment that they're going to have to make. It could be 6 months to a year of training.
There are things that you can do. You just, even though you are in your 50s, there is still a good living out there to be made.
One job coordinator told me one older worker shaved off his gray beard to improve his chances on an interview. The bottom line seems to be this: it's not how old you are, but how many years you'll be able to give a prospective employer.